Hello guys, how are you all? Hope you are doing well at home. Welcome to Ekta's Science Education class. Today we are going to start part 2 of chapter number 2, Components of Food, CBSE class 6. But before we start, as regularly we are doing this video also, we are going to subscribe, like and share to more and more people so that we will share knowledge to more and more people. So without wasting time, let's start for today's topic, that is components of food part 2, in which we are going to learn about the deficiency diseases. Different vegetables, different fruits, all living beings need food to stay alive. So that we are eating different food items, correct? So all living beings need food to stay alive. Any material that gives energy and keeps our body in good health is called the food. Now, this all and components of food we have learned in part 1. Those who have missed part 1 video, they can go in the description box and check the link over there. You will get the link. You can see and revise the part 1 that we have already learned. So basically we know that food provides us energy for doing all the activities. It provides, means food provides material needed for the growth and reproduction, that is components of the food, that is nutrients. Food furnishes substances for the repair of the damaged cells and tissues. Food protects the body and keeps it healthy. Green plants make the food and we are eating the green vegetables. Many of us we are eating non-vegetarian food also. So eating food is very essential for getting energy. So we eat the food mostly to get energy to do the work. Now we know that the 5 components of food are carbohydrate, protein, vitamin, fats, minerals, fiber, roughages. These are the essential nutrients, or these are the essential components of the food. And the diet which contains all essential nutrients in a right amount is said to be the balanced diet. Now we know that in a balanced diet all the nutrients should be there in a right amount. If we are eating excessive amount of nutrients, excessive amount of this nutrient, that will also not beneficial for us. Or if we are eating very less amount of these nutrients, then that will be also cause the diseases, that are the deficiency diseases that can make us sick. So all the nutrients we need in a right amount. This food pyramid suggests the amount of the food nutrient we require. For example, grains, they are full of the carbohydrate which we are needing in more amount, as they are giving us more and more energy, faster energy. Then we need protein, and then we need minerals, and at the last point we need the fats. So in fats and oil we need in a very little amount. So all these things we need in a proper manner, in a proper proportion. Now if too little of the any food item if we are eating, if we are starting with the very basic component of the nutrient or basic nutrient of the food, that is carbohydrate, if you will eat a little amount of the carbohydrate, you will feel sick. If you are eating too much of the carbohydrate, you will get obese. So let's learn what is the exact meaning of deficiency diseases. Deficiency diseases, the diseases that are caused by the lack of some particular nutrient in a person's diet, are said to be deficiency diseases. As we know, we need a balanced diet for our proper growth and development and nourishment. If any of the nutrient is less than the required amount in the diet, it can cause disease. So that the disease that are caused due to the lack of carbohydrate, fats, proteins, minerals or vitamins in our diet are called deficiency diseases. Deficiency diseases are of many types. We know that we learn about the 5 components of food. So as per that components, there is a need, or there is a there is a lack of that particular nutrient, and that particular nutrient will give you that particular kind of the disease. Let's learn them one by one. So let's start with the deficiency disease of the carbohydrate. Now, too little eating the carbohydrate will make us weak, tired, sick. It causes physical and mental stress. We know that carbohydrates are like very fastest energy providing components. For example, if you are feeling like dizzy or you are feeling tired, doctor suggests you, or anybody can suggest you to have the glucose water, to have the glucon D, so it can give you the faster energy. So carbohydrates are the fastest energy providing substances. So it causes physical and mental stress. A balanced intake of carbohydrate is must for the healthy person. While as on the other hand, overeating of this carbohydrate makes people overweight and obese. If you will eat more carbohydrate, if you will eat the more fats, you will become so fatty, obese, and finally it will give you the heart disorders, lung disorder, breathing disorders. So do not eat that much amount of the carbohydrate which is not needed by your body. So a proportional amount of intake of the food item is necessary. So what will the deficiency of carbohydrate will do? If you are eating less, you will be tired, you will be sick. And if you are eating too much of the carbohydrate, you will be obese. Next, deficiency of the protein and fats will give you kwashiorkor. Now, what is kwashiorkor? If a child does not get enough protein in his or her diet for a long time, what will happen? He or she likely to suffer from a severe malnutrition. Malnutrition means very less amount of nutrition. A very common protein deficiency disease in the children is kwashiorkor. Malnutrition produced by the severely inadequate amount of the protein in the diet. Protein malnutrition or kwashiorkor is mostly found in the people living in geographical area that have limited food resources. It's most commonly seen in the children whose diet are low in the protein and calories. Roadside area where the workers are working day and night, their children's, they are malnourished, they are not getting enough amount of food. That's why they lack and they have the deficiency of proteins. So the deficiency of protein in the diet leads to the disease called kwashiorkor. There are some symptoms, and this disease is common among children of 1 to 5 years of age. This is very basic age, 1 to 5, where you need, your body need, where the children body need the much amount of the protein, vitamins, fats for the proper growth. And if that age, the person is not, the children is not getting proper food, it will be considered as a malnutrition and will get the different deficiency diseases. Okay, so kwashiorkor is caused by the inadequate amount of the proteins in the body. This disease is usually found in countries where good food is not readily available. What are the different symptoms? As you can see the symptom, protruded belly. Let us have some common symptoms of this kwashiorkor disease patient or a child who is suffering from kwashiorkor. The first one is a stunted growth. The growth is not proper. Skin becomes dry and scaly. And then hair become reddish and begin to fall. At the very less age, the hair fall will be there. The body swells up due to retention of the water, that is oedema. Limbs, especially legs, become thin and bony. Large pot-like belly, bulging eyes. So these are some common symptoms. Producing bellies, brownish hair, dark and scaly skin, stunted growth, underweight, swollen legs, loss of appetite, anemia means less amount of the blood in the body. Mental retardation. Obviously, if the body is not getting full nutrients, how the brain will get, how the supply of the blood will happen to the brain. So mental retardation will happen. Reduce this resistance power to the immune resistance means reduce will the person will be very prone to any kind of attack of the microorganism, any kind of viruses, bacteria will easily attack on that person. So reduced resistance will be there. So these are some common symptoms of the Kwashiorkor disease. One more disease of the lack of protein and protein, carbohydrate and fat deficiency disease is one more, like the deficiency of the protein, carbohydrate and fat in the diet of the children leads to one more kind of a disease, that is a marasmus. This disease generally affect infant under 1 year of age. 1 year means toddlers. Symptoms, which are the symptoms? As you can see, it has the following symptoms. It has some given symptoms like sunken eyes, thin and bony face, ribs clearly visible through the skin because of the malnourishment, poor growth, the face look like aged person, wrinkles on the face at the very early age, body becomes very lean and thin and so weak that the child may not be able to move even, skin becomes dry, thin and wrinkled, ribs become very prominent, sunken eyes, unable to digest and absorb food and may suffer from diarrhea as well. So marasmus is one more disease which caused due to the lack of protein, carbohydrate and fat. Now some deficiency of the vitamins also can cause the diseases, like vitamin A, B, C, D, K are the different types of the vitamins which are necessary for the proper growth, proper working, proper management of the body. Now vitamin A deficiency can cause night blindness where the person is unable to see at the night time. Vitamin B deficiency may lead to the beriberi, that is its skin disease, sometimes skin disease, retarded growth, anemic condition. Vitamin C deficiency, scurvy, which makes the gums swell some and bleed. Vitamin D deficiency can cause rickets, which affects children's bones, making them soft and bent. Vitamin K deficiency, excessive bleeding from the wounds. Excessive bleeding from wounds. The bleeding, if the person is accidentally have any kind of a wound, it will not heal easily and it will start bleeding and it will not stop. The clotting process is helpful by the vitamin K, where there is a vitamin K deficiency, where how the blood will stop and make the clots, so it will be affected over there, so bleeding will be continued. Here you can see night blindness, vitamin A deficiency, scurvy. It's a disease that is caused by deficiency of vitamin C or ascorbic acid in the diet. Scurvy, which makes the gum swells and bleed. Vitamin C, again you can see bleeding of the gums. Rickets caused by the vitamin D deficiency, where the child or a person children basically, their bones will be affected, soft bones and bent. Can you see here the bending of the bones? Vitamin D causes this bending of the bone. Vitamin D causes rickets. Then next one is the deficiency of minerals. Different minerals cause different deficiency diseases, like iron deficiency, anemia. Anemia means less hemoglobin produced in the blood. The symptoms like weakness, fatigue, loss of weight, pale skin, loss of appetite. Then calcium, this is also the mineral. Calcium, bone and tooth decay or stunted growth, rickets, excessive bleeding again, weak bones, excessive bleeding of the gums, stunted growth, tooth decay and weakness. Phosphorus, rickets in the children, weakening of the bones, poor development, mental retardation, retarded growth as well. Sodium deficiency will give you the sodium and potassium deficiency, body and muscle weakness and like paralysis, muscular cramps, potassium, muscle weakness, paralysis, weak nerve responsiveness, muscle weakness and tiredness can be seen. Fluorine is one more type of a mineral which is essential for the dental cares. If fluorine deficiency is there in the body, what will happen? The pain in the teeth, sensitivity to the hot, sensitivity to the hot and cold food or drinks. So fluorine is as well is essential. The deficiency of the iodine can cause goiter. This is a goiter disease where abnormal enlargement of the thyroid gland which is present in the thyroid region. Deficiency of iodine can give you goiter, that is abnormal enlargement of the thyroid gland, retarded growth and mental disability. So all these minerals, all these vitamins, carbohydrate, proteins play very important role in our diet. What do we learn from this chapter? Food contains essential components known as a nutrient that we need to live and grow. The nutrients are carbohydrate, protein, fats, vitamin, mineral, fiber and water. Carbohydrate and fats are energy giving food. Now deficiency of these carbohydrate leads to weakness and tiredness. Proteins are body building nutrients. They are needed for the growth and repairment of the body. Kwashiorkor, a protein deficiency disease caused in the children, leads to slow physical and mental growth. Deficiency of protein can cause marasmus as well. Deficiency of vitamins and minerals in the diet leads to deficiency diseases. Water plays also 70% of water is making our body weight. So it plays a vital role in our body. Fiber, roughages helps in the proper functioning of the digestive system. So students, this is something what we learn in this chapter. This is the concept map of this chapter. You can write down, you can copy down, you can take the snapshot. It's a very easy mind map, you can say the concept map where you can learn all the concept what we learn in this chapter. We learn about the 5 components of the food plus water, roughages, fibers, and then loss of the nutrient causes different deficiency diseases. These are also explained here. So I hope guys you learned something from this video. Watch this video, share this video, like this video. I'm so thankful to all of you for listening me. Thank you so much. Have a good day.